Absolute Radio.
You ready, guys? Come on, energy. Come on, girls. Shall we do a couple of warm-up exercises? Oh, sorry. This is the Frank Skinner Show, not the Weekend Podcast. And I'm Frank Skinner, and I'm with Alan Cochrane and Emily Dean. La 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 la. And yes, here we are. I can only say that we did a show together last Saturday, and thank you all, thank you both, but all really, the whole team, for not mentioning my accidental haircut.
Is it an accidental haircut?
Yes.
Oh, bang.
Yes, I didn't. This is not at all what I wanted. But I had it cut.
Was it Mr. Toppers?
No, it wasn't Mr. Topper. In Mr. Topper's, I'd have had a mirror and I could have stopped this man midway. But I got him. I'm working on a. I do stuff on television.
On the Google box.
Yeah. On the
That's
Google,
what our Keith actually calls it.
Is it?
Yeah.
And so we got this bloke into my office to cut my hair to save time rather than me go out for a couple of hours.
Where was he from, Frank? Can you
I'm
say?
not prepared to say.
I understand.
But anyway, there was no mirror in the room, so I'm just talking. I'm sort of talking with the producer and stuff about ideas for the show and all that, and why he cuts my hair, and then come out of it, and it's all a bit in extremis. So I'm not happy about
Frank,
it. I feel like
I'm going to make you feel better. You've got such a lovely skin. I think you can carry it off.
A lovely skin.
You've got a lovely skin.
I've got a lovely skin, yeah. It's
The one skin, I suppose it is, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's a weird way of phrasing it.
Oh, God, yes, I've got lovely... I think it was Lloyd Cole who said I've got perfect skin.
Did it?
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not happy with it. I think I look like I look like a hooligan.
No.
I look like an ageing hooligan. They're the worst kind. Someone who talks about, when he went with the inner city firm in the 80s.
Yeah.
One of those kind of people.
There is a tragedy to those guys.
Yes, and I don't... also,
Do
I'm
you
frightened
feel
of
you
them.
could pop up in Lock Stock, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't look like
I
that.
don't think so. I think I think you still got it going on, Frank.
Oh, hair. It's just a series of decisions, isn't it? Hair?
It is.
Oh,
I think that's
hair.
why I'd like rid of it.
I mean,
I'd like mine
I
to
watched
go.
Steve Coogan on the Tribunal.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that film. What's it like?
But I mean,
Tribunal.
you can't have hair that long when you're that age. I don't think
Do you know, I think you're right.
you can't.
This is what worries me. I'm going to have to go for the chop soon.
No.
No, you're all right. It's all right for ladies.
Is it men that can't do it?
Yeah, but I wanted to. I mean, I've known Steve a long time. He did the reading at my wedding.
Did
He
he?
did both readings, actually.
Oh, Frank.
Yeah.
Whose voice?
I think Ronnie Corbett for Jesus. No, but he did. But I can't. I feel like saying to him, Steve. And
he
said,
might have it long for a part. That's what I
No,
always... That's
he
the
hasn't got
get
it long
out
for a
isn't it?
part. No,
For
he's-
the actor.
When he said that people have been going through his bins, I thought that perhaps they're looking for the scissors as well. Just assume he must have accidentally thrown them out.
He does have a grey curl as well.
He
Not
does have
fond of a grey curl.
Yeah, well, you know him better than I do, obviously.
I don't. No, that's one particular road I haven't been down.
I think he looks better with it short. Not
Yeah.
this short, but short. Anyway, we can talk about hair till the cows come home.
I was thinking of going for a short haircut. In fact...
You've got a short haircut,
But
haven't
I
you?
mean shorter.
Oh.
Like short to the length you've gone for. And then when I walked in, I didn't think I
felt-
should mention it.
I'm going to feel like I'm in the military next week.
Yes.
No, I don't know. Next thing you'll be wearing an England shirt as casual wear.
That's never going to happen.
Over
Okay.
a bleached jean with
No,
a frayed
never,
bottom.
Never going to happen. I'm Scottish for a kick-off, but...
Oh, yeah.
Just don't don the Caramac shoes and we'll be okay.
Caramac shoes, what are they?
They wear them underneath. I say they, but I think we know who we're talking about, this
Right.
person. They will wear, a replica shirt and
Alright,
a
geezers.
bleached jean with a frayed hem and then
Oh,
a
yeah,
Caramac
yeah.
shoe.
Oh,
Do you know
no,
the
no.
type I mean, guys?
I know exactly
you
what
see,
you mean,
I
yeah.
associate the replica shirt with those those trousers that end mid-calf. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then sort of slip-on white trainers.
Yeah.
I actually clapped with delight at that observation.
Yeah. Anyway, that's...
Okay, and throwing a white piece of garden furniture.
I feel we're tearing into absolute hardcore following here. So let's stop that immediately.
Absolute Hardcore. Is that a new station?
Yeah, it's their late-night TV channel they've just brought out. I disapprove, I'll be honest with you.
Let's not alienate our demographic. Let's
No.
instead bond with them by reading out some of their missives.
Oh, they've sent a few emails, haven't they?
More missives. Then a missive. Oh, sorry.
We've had one in from Dave Small. Hope the clubbing work's going well in Birmingham. He says...
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know, it sounds like such a club comedian, Dave Small.
Right.
Look, that's it now. I love our listeners.
So do I.
Dave, what you got to say, mate?
Dave said... Oh, God. On the Not the Weekend podcast, that must be the last one, you discussed how you take photos of places where you have to remember to turn left.
Yes.
Oh, I remember this.
I have no sense of direction, so if I have to turn left at a shop or something, I photograph it on my phone so I can find my way back with visual aids.
Dave says, my wife thinks I'm a bit strange because whenever we're about to go to the supermarket, I always refuse to make a list and tell her that I've got it covered. In reality, I always take a quick photo of our open fridge and our larder cupboard. That way, I don't know what I want to buy when I'm in the supermarket, but I know what I don't need to buy. This lets me get inspired when I'm actually there.
I like that.
He says it makes for interesting conversation pieces when the guys in the pub are showing off photos of kids, and all I've got is a photographic history of my fridge during various stages of the year.
That is great. I do like that.
It
He'd
is,
be able
but
to see, like, autumn as well, wouldn't he? He'd be able to see it go from summer foods to winter foods.
I don't think it would work. My fridge is so crammed with rubbish and
Is it?
jars of stuff that I should have thrown out ages ago. You can't readily see what's in there.
Oh, really?
You had to move. It's like an elaborate chess game. When I go in there for a pickle, I have to move about
pickle, aren't
7 jars before I can get to. And there's ones which I can see, I can clearly read are out of date, but I never take them out of there. So I think I might need the jar for nails.
You see, it wouldn't work for me either, Frank, because I only have a champagne and an eyeliner in my fridge.
Eyeliner in the fridge?
Yeah,
Oh.
stops the makeup melting.
Oh, right.
I never knew that. We've had a problem with our fridge. I'll be straight with you.
Oh, no.
Kath managed to get something out the fridge that I've never seen before in my life. You know that we've got one of these fridges that's like it's got like a water thing on the side, so you can put it in and water comes out, and then you can get ice cubes that just drop out the chute into
Right.
the thing.
Oh, lovely.
So one of the ice cubes came out. It had mould on it.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Mould on an ice cube?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard? Everything about an ice cube says to me that it won't tolerate mould.
Yeah.
That's extraordinary,
It's a
Frank.
slippy surface for a start. Isn't
But
it?
it's also, isn't it so cold that it kills the bacteria?
I don't think so.
Oh, I love it when you get sciencey.
Well, I tell you, they go on about the Large Hadron Collider. I'm rewriting science in my own living room.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible. I think it was previously believed that it was impossible to have mould on ice. Anyway, the filter's got to go, apparently. That's what I've been told. That's what the people have told me.
Well, if I heard news like that, my catchphrase at home, if my wife said the filter on the fridge has gone, we're going to need a new filter, my stock response is more money. So I hope that at some point you went, no, more money.
Well, I
Please.
didn't, because I'm under warranty. Still under warranty.
Oh, good.
He checked.
Always a caveat, isn't there?
Yeah.
No, warranty is Dave Warrant, my electrician. And he does it all for free.
Oh, good. You've just got one of those schoolboy nicknames where someone stuck a Y on the end of
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
warranty.
Well, you
Like
could call
righty.
it a radio nickname.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Righty.
Frank, we've also...
Milesy,
I
righty.
spotted a tweet this week. It said... This is what... I'm going to read the tweet to you. It said, Frank Skinner, Dermot O Leary, Martin Sheen. Well, it was something of a mystery. A Toya Wilcox mystery. I couldn't work out what it was. And do you know what? I held back, which I don't often do. And I held back because I wanted to find out... I thought, what do these 3 people, one of whom I love dearly, have in common? And I couldn't for the life of me think. Do you know what it is?
I think I know. You love one of them dearly?
Yes.
Is it Dermot? Is it Dermot because he wouldn't give Jane Middlemiss a lift back from Live 8?
Is that true?
Yes.
Has this come up before here?
No, I shouldn't even.
Is this
Don't
an
go
off-air
there.
No,
conversation?
I'm not going to go there. I think she just said, "You going back to Hampstead?" He said, "Yeah." And she said, "Oh, could you give us a lift?" And he said, "No."
Just point blank said no.
Yeah, I think that's probably,
He walked past me in the street the other day, Dermot O Leary.
he's a great bloke.
He looked very well turned out. He had some nice clobber on.
No, but he's
Casual.
nice.
Right.
He's very nice.
Oh, yeah, well...
There'll be a reason.
He is
and
nice.
There'll be a reason for that incident.
Well, never mind any of that, people being nice. What has Frank got in common with Martin Sheen?
I'm pretty
And
confident.
Do you know what it is?
I'm pretty confident.
I thought... I've been racking my brains. I wondered whether they too had been propositioned by Jane Couch, the former female boxer.
I doubt if they have.
You never know.
Be a bit of a shot in the dark. I doubt it.
And
I
wonder-
can you work it out?
Can't
AC?
begin to guess what...
you see,
Dermot O Leary,
you know what I
Frank
thought
Skinner,
briefly? It
Martin
might
Sheen.
have something to do with the Central Reservation years. Just because I know Martin Sheen had problems in Apocalypse Now. I don't think Dermot has, though.
No, it's not that.
Is it not?
I think.
Do you
I
know it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably famous Catholics.
Oh, it's Catholics.
Dermot!
Yeah. Dermot, yeah.
Oh, really? Is he
God.
Catholic?
Yeah, when Dermot was on Celebrity Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the money went to CAFOD, the Catholic Overseas Development thing. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that makes perfect. That's a bit like an idiotic eureka moment that it took me so long to get that.
The three of us have a pact, actually, that when Catherine Jenkins goes into chrysalis form, that we have to gather the forces of good in anticipation for for the battle that will bring about Armageddon. I presume Martin's still up for it. He used to call me occasionally just for general tactical talks. But, I mean, he's had a bit of a handful with the family this year.
He's had a busy time.
But all I'm saying is when Catherine finally bangs the wooden staff across the floor and the demons rise up, let's hope it's not in the middle of X Factor.
yeah, just Dermot will be busy.
When X Factor was delayed at the beginning, I thought, oh my God, she's emerged. No one's called me, but no, we're still waiting. So it'll be a right old to do. What else?
Another email. Hi, Frank Cockrell and the gorgeous Emily. Gorgeous Emily, nice. Emily.
Always gets that.
I stumbled across this film title today. This is in response to the various television programmes that we've been discussing, like Aid in Britain and...
Yeah, all based on the theory that shows are made because someone likes the title, because it's a good pun, and so they just make the show anyway.
Winton Wonderland being the
Indeed.
classic go-to example. I stumbled across this film title today, Chopping Mall, a horror film about a killer robot chopping up unfortunate consumers in a shopping mall. I love that. And he says apparently it's being remade. Because at first glance, Chopping Mall could be a film about those guys that do knife demonstrations in shopping centres, couldn't it? That's, when the little Madonna mic and they're just battering through carrots. Yeah, this will chop through carrots.
They're dicing with death.
It'll chop through. Yeah, that's
the man in this was dicing with death.
strapline for the poster there.
Dyson with death. That's a bit,
death. Very good.
That's a good vacuum cleaning film.
I've actually had a bit of a week where I've gone the other direction. Rather than these pun titles, I now love TV programmes that just do what they say on the tin. I watched about 3/4 of Living with the Amish, which is Living with the Amish.
It's good.
And brilliant. I thought it was great. It's some people from London teenagers, and they go off and they live with the Amish.
In America?
It was in America, yeah. Which, of course, are the two words that make anything believable.
Indeed.
But no mention of why they shave the top lip, the hatred of the moustache.
I know why they don't. Why they don't
They
have
all like to look the
moustaches.
same.
Why is that?
They associate the moustache with the military.
Oh.
And because they're pacifists, the Amish, they don't have They don't have moustaches.
It did seem very gentle and calm.
It's probably
I like
closet homophobia, but that's their official title.
No
or
fans of
official
Movember, are they?
Oh,
I
no.
don't think the moustache is associated with the military these days. It's the
But the
1940s, maybe.
The Amish have been around a long time.
Yeah,
Oh,
They're
yeah, they
probably
go back a
basing
bit.
it on that
I don't
Your
think that-
Country Needs You poster, Lord Kitchener.
I don't think they're updating their rule books like a new Apple iPad or something like where you get a refreshed version of it. But the other programme that I've watched twice
Do you think
this week.
that homosexuals from the early 20th century used to sing "You'll Always Find Me in Lord Kitchener" at parties? I'm terribly sorry. Can I
It's
say
so
that?
sad for them that they
I
were.
can't. Okay.
I wish they
God, it's
had.
not
I wish
live.
they'd been familiar enough with the works of Jonah Louis to be able to say that.
I like to think that he's timeless.
Yeah.
I'm sure he went back, didn't he? Went back at some point.
Jonah Louis?
Jonah Louis. Time
Probably.
travel.
I thought you meant Lord
Probably.
Kitchener.
Yeah, I thought you meant
He came back to mine a couple of times, Lord Kitchener.
Let me just...
Back to yours.
Yeah. He was... I didn't like him. He just kept pointing at stuff in my house.
did it?
Yeah. That's... You don't usually get mould on ice. I said,
he's
I've
put
seen
it-
that. Don't point all the time. He was obsessive pointer. Yeah.
Particularly in the area that you prepare food, wasn't it? The kitchener.
Oh, God. Yeah. So, what
Any
was
of
he
the
saying?
other
Extraordinary
programme.
conversation.
Other programme that I think has a quality title is Old Jews Telling Jokes
Yeah.
on BBC 4.
Yes, I saw some of that.
It's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, that is what it is. It's old Jews telling jokes. Not very old, some of them.
How old?
But, well, there's some that it comes up with their name and their age.
Yes.
A lot of good names. A lot
Some
of good,
great names.
A lot of good Jew names. And it'll say, like, David Wittgenstein, architect, 49.
49 is
I don't
not
think
old.
that's old.
No.
I don't think that's old.
Well, then your argument about the title is shot down in flames.
There's no young Jews on it, so they probably get by
Okay.
going, you know, we're not getting young Jews.
There's no young Jews, making it sound rather biblical.
David Baddiel, is he 50?
I don't
I
mention
had
it. He wasn't in the.
I had a feeling if I mentioned old Jews telling jokes that you'd mention David Baddiel. How did I know that?
No, I think he must be about 47, I think.
No, he's younger than that, Frank.
No,
Yes.
I think I'm 7 years older than him.
No, he's about 44. Trust
Well,
me.
that must be the official. Is it like the Queen's birthday? So anyway, Pushing Tin, do you remember that film?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pushing Tin was...
That golf film.
no,
What did
that
it
was
mean?
Tin Cup.
Oh, right.
Pushing
One
Tin
out.
was about air traffic control.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I don't
But
think
I
saw
always felt that it should have been a film about C-3PO being desperate for the toilet. Oh, I'm pushing tin. Hurry up in there. I'm pushing tin. Oh, Emma's dirty laugh.
On the subject of the Amish, if I can hark back to that, I caught myself having a pang of jealousy of them the other day because you know they eschew electrical items. They
Yes.
think that they think it leads to temptation, which you know. I suppose
Depends on the electrical item, really.
It does, really.
Well, you know, if I'm
To
left
David
alone,
Burko's wife. I don't know, that might be battery rather than AC. Is it AC? Is that what it's called? DC. Yeah, DC. I always get those two mixed up. I don't know why. It's not as if they're regularly juxtaposed in the musical context. Go on, I love it when you hark back.
anyway, they don't bother with electrical. Although it did seem like they pick and choose when it suits them because there was a shot.
The Amish?
Yeah, after the Amish would.
Look, don't start slagging off the Amish.
I'm not slagging them off.
having it.
They live a quiet life. There's a lot about their life that I envy.
Although I would like it if you two had a bloody fight over the Amish.
Frank as defender of the Amish.
I think they're harmless, the Amish.
They're all right.
Yeah.
But there was a scene where one of them was getting his head shaved with clippers because they cut the hair, and you kind of go, well, you've picked and chosen, haven't you? You said you don't. Anyway, but I envy them in a way because my wife has.
What you don't like about them is their inconsistency.
Yes,
Is that what
exactly.
you're saying?
Pick a team. My wife this week has bought walkie-talkies for the house for domestic use.
God, you've got a big house, haven't you?
It is large, but it's not big, ostentatiously big. But I think it's that thing of she thinks
we know
it's
it's not going to
funny.
be ostentatious.
It's
those
not
prices.
ostentatious. It's not ostentatious. It's nice, but I'm pleased. I'd like to own all of it, but let's not get bogged down in my loan to value.
No.
Yeah, she's bought walkie-talkie, 30 quid, and I can see her point. She
Why
wants
didn't
them...
you just buy 2 mobiles?
Exactly. Could have got 2 pay-as-you-goes.
Well,
for
don't
10
you have a
quid.
mobile?
We've both got mobiles, but she wants to speak to our son on a morning. When he wakes up, she wants to go, it's not morning yet, go back to sleep. And then she can go back to sleep. That's the main purpose of the walkie-talkies.
How old is your son?
4.
And will he does he follow commands like that?
Yeah.
He'll just go back to sleep
He's
with
very
it?
obedient.
What, is he under hypnosis?
Yeah, we had him Darren Brown about 3 years ago.
Oh, well, lovely. Sounds like being creosoted.
No, but I think she also thinks it's a bit of fun around the house, you know. Do you want a cup of tea, that sort of thing. It's meant to. I thought, I had mixed feelings about it. I was annoyed about the 30 quid, but I was also thinking, well, it's quite a fun thing, and hopefully it'll minimise the room-to-room shouting, because that is a bugbear of mine. I frequently find myself...
don't like that.
I frequently find myself shouting in the house, can we minimise the room-to-room shouting, please? Which never helps my case.
Oh, no.
I do that as well, and I live on my own, which is a bit worrying.
Well, I do it, and I live in like a big open-plan room, but Kath, my girlfriend... for new listeners, I'll say, do you want to watch? And she'll say, I'm in the kitchen! Why are you talking to me when I'm in the kitchen? And the kitchen is part of the same room.
Really? Right.
I think what she means is she's got things like the pressure cooker and the kettle on. It's very noisy.
Trying to focus, on the...
She's a big fan of the pressure cooker. Absolutely terrifies me.
Pressure
Loves
cooker?
it.
Yeah. She's a pressure cooker enthusiast.
Really? I don't think I've used a pressure cooker.
I can't work with anything that starts going... I mean, it's terrifying. I just think any moment there's going to be an explosion. It'll land on my head, the top of it. I'll look like Nicky Lauda in the army.
Oh, yeah, you don't
If you can imagine.
What sort of stuff's getting cooked in a pressure cooker?
Vegetables.
Oh, straight away.
Yeah. She doesn't really eat anything else, to be
Right.
honest.
Oh, okay.
It's a healthy way to cook them, though.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of the compilation show of Would I Lie to You? On Friday night,
yeah.
and they had a bit of me on talking about when I went on holiday with someone, and they had a walkie-talkie on the table, and the bit on there was, I must admit, a joke, but the truth of it is, obviously I embroidered the story somewhat, but the truth is, I said, what's the walkie-talkie for? And they said, we use it as a baby alarm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And I said, well, why is that? And they said, you get a much better range with a walkie-talkie. But I thought, with a baby alarm, is it range that you're after?
No.
Do you want to be like, I can hear my baby in distress, some 6 or 7 miles away? You want to be adjacent, do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I thought that was I wasn't sure about that. I like the idea. Are they real sort of, proper,
not-
like the Forest Rangers used to have?
They look a bit like those, yeah. They're not,
Or
they're
are
not,
they toys?
They're not really a
CB
toy.
radios.
They're not really a toy. They're like a two-way radio, which is... But if they were a toy, that'd be quite fun. But I suspect they'd work less well, wouldn't they?
I like using a toy in a practical in a practical way. I got my my Action Man gondolier drinking straw holders.
Did you?
Yeah, and I've got Action Man as a gondolier, and I've got him as he ponts. He's holding a drinking straw.
Oh, that's
so I
clever.
can always just take a drinking straw straight out of his hands.
Oh, nice.
I have, in the past, I went out with a woman who, when the elastic went in her hold-up, she used to use 2 hoggy bears. Which would show through a pencil skirt, but you could get away with it in loose, in a loose fitting. She had a Laura Ashley that was wide at the hips, and I've been out with her in 2 hoggies. No one was any the wiser, and I like the idea that there was, 2 lovable, cuddly toys at thigh level throughout the evening.
At thigh level?
Yeah. Do you remember thigh level? I think it was a theme to Van der Valk.
I might invest in a game of Twister, which I think might be quite useful for a fake tan. Because you have to adopt those strange... And if you've got a fake tan, those hard-to-reach areas...
That's that really caught
Twister,
on.
Very good
Twister
idea.
opens you up.
It caught on before yoga, didn't it, Twister? It's the precursor.
Or just for just drying after a shower.
Yeah.
You drip dry.
Well, you could have somebody could come up with a series of a colour-coded answer to drying out everything. I don't want to go back to the stirrups, but if you just went into a warm room with the Twister board and you think like right foot yellow, left foot red, and 5 moves, you could probably get everything dry as a bone.
Yeah. If Dyson's listening, a new version of his Airblade or whatever.
Yeah, Dyson with death. That's what I say. That's 2 Dyson with death. Let's see if I can come up with another one before the end.
I played Twister once with the late Countdown host.
Did you?
I did.
Twice Nightly Whiteley.
Richard,
Yes.
Richard
Yeah.
Whiteley. Did
Small,
you really?
Small feet.
Handy for Twister, I should
Like a sort
think.
of dog in socks.
I played at Vic Reeves' country home. I played Twister.
you?
I don't know if you was there. Jonathan Ross was there.
Oh, I
David
don't know if I was-
Biddy. It was an
I was busy
absolute
with Richard.
star-studded evening. And my girlfriend at the time had a 13-year-old daughter who broke wind mid-Twister and ruined the entire event.
Did it?
Yeah. And I felt some sort of secondary responsibility for it. You don't want to see, well-loved faces of television going, no, that's actually making me feel sick.
I do. I'd find that
No, I felt like I'd brought a virus into the home.
Oh,
I wasn't happy with it at all.
I can't believe that those titans of entertainment didn't enjoy a little flatulence moment. Surely.
Well, some of them had titans. Not so much after the Twister. What else?
Well, I tell you what else, Frank. There's a new phenomenon.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Have you heard of sleep texting?
I have heard of that. I don't believe a word.
Yeah.
Well, hear us out. Essentially, it's meant to be an extremely rare condition whereby people, similar to sleepwalking, they wake up in the middle of the night and they find themselves sending texts to people, and this is part of their sort of semi-conscious while they're doing it. So, therefore, they take no responsibility whatsoever for what
Yeah.
they sent the previous night.
Sounds convenient for texting an ex-girlfriend or lover, doesn't it? yeah, I was asleep. I've got that sleep texting thing. No, I didn't mean to say that.
Do you think it's made up?
Well, unless if you got a text that was just the letter Z over and over again, I might
Yeah.
believe it. that was a sleep
Someone
text.
snoring.
But that's it. I can't imagine that it's possible, but who knows?
Yeah.
I suppose people now do so, especially the youth. They do so much texting. that
Yeah.
maybe they're just
Can't
trapped
even
in
switch off,
They're
yeah.
trapped
Well,
in
there's
an
also
endless circle.
sleep emailing is apparently a problem as well.
But you see, why have these people got their laptops in such proximity?
Have you not
I
got-
always keep it in proximity.
Have you not got a laptop pillow? You've not got one of those?
No, I haven't got
Some
one of those.
people aren't as big a fan of convergence technology as I am.
I sleep on a George Foreman lean green grilling machine.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Put the,
I don't think it's called lean green, is it?
is it? Yeah. Yeah, the lean green grilling machine, isn't it? Yeah, that's the healthy version.
Is it?
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
thought
what
it
I
was
do is I put the old pyjama jacket. As you know, I only sleep in a pyjama jacket.
Yeah.
Put the jacket in there for just a couple of minutes before. Lovely. Hot and a hint of corrugation,
No.
which stops me sliding about on the rubber sheet I've had to sleep on for the last 2 years.
So, do you think this sleep texting, is this just drunks, basically?
Well, I read an interview with the man who, Dr. Connington from Australia.
Dr.
who-
David Cunnington.
Yeah, who came up with this, and I
Wasn't that the Hulk's real name?
That's Lou Ferrigno.
No,
was
it's Bill Bixby played the character, Dr.
Yeah.
David Banner.
Bruce Banner. It was Bruce Banner in the comics.
And he changed his name to
And
Dr. David
for some
Banner.
reason they made it David,
Yeah.
but I never understood that. They did the same with the Elephant Man. Joseph Merrick. In the film they made him John Merrick.
Yeah.
Because the American producers thought, Joseph, that's a bit obscure.
Yeah.
Fools.
So, anyway, Dr. David Cunnington
Yeah,
of the
doc-
Melbourne Sleep Disorder Centre.
Yeah, he said, people shouldn't sleep with their mobile phones on their nightstands. And I thought, is that a normal phrase? I'm always on the search for a new word. I love the idea of a nightstand. It's like, I mean, I used to love the idea of a one night, but but a nightstand, does that mean like a bedside? Is that what we'd call the bedside table?
Yes, it sounds quite Victorian, doesn't it?
I love it. I love the idea that night, the actual concept, that night itself has a stand that you put it on.
Yeah.
I'd like to call it the plinth of darkness.
Nice. Dark plinth.
Frank, do you believe in sleepwalking?
Oh, yeah, I believe in that.
Oh, I don't, you see. I think that's just men
never see
can't be
John
bothered.
Barnes play for England. You think it's men doing what? Sorry?
I think men can't be bothered to go to the toilet and they just lie.
Well, I don't know, because I couldn't be bothered to go to the toilet, and it didn't involve walking, it just involved sleep.
Now you've got rubber sheets.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, that's like Tony Adams in the hotel room. Oh.
Were you there?
No, but I read it in his autobiography, which is one of my favourite
Thank goodness
books.
for that. I thought that was going to be some revelation.
You told me some stories that, could have happened, couldn't it?
Oh, dear.
Right team, wrong person. Anyway.
Yes. Anyway, we won't go into that.
Yeah. Anyway, this whole story reminded me of the time I nodded off and woke up and I was giving a full PowerPoint presentation. It's funny, isn't it? What happens? That never happened to you guys. Fair enough.
No, but I don't. My sleep with my mobile the other side of the bedroom, which I think I've mentioned to you before. So when it goes off in the morning, I'm already up before I'm awake. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
My legs, they lead the way in my waking up process.
Put that bit of distance so that you're not tempted to check text
and also, I
messages
don't
in the
want
night.
my brain to rot during the night because I've got a mobile on my nightstand. I don't, it's bad enough with the heat generated by the George Foreman.
Absolute Radio. Frank Skinner.